Hello! Today is a vlog day and I am unbelievably excited. I've just spent the last 5 minutes scrambling around in my loft for my daughter Ellie's prom dress, but I've got it. So, a bit of a dream come true today. I'm actually going to the Royal Variety. Would you believe it? So this is my journey to London and what it's like to go to the actual Royal Variety. Ed Sheeran's on, McDonald's on, Anne Marie's on, Matilda, Moulin Rouge, Alan Carr is presenting. Let's do this! Really? Morning!
Morning!
So where are we going today?
The Royal Variety!
Yes! Quick toilet stop, we're at Leicester Forest. Ellie's got Coca-Cola and Milky Bar. Milky Bar! Right, we've got about another hour and a half to drive to get to the hotel in London. We made it! We're in the car park we've got here. We are in Hampstead. We like the Premier in there, it's kind of cosy. So we're just getting our stuff inside. So I think we're going to go and have a ponder around Camden Market because we can, because we love it there when we're in London. Then come back, get ready, and then go back to the Albert Hall. Oh my god! And again. Okay, it's a bit dark, but we actually made it. We're actually at the Royal Albert Hall for the Royal Variety. We're a little bit excited. Hey guys, so I am back at the hotel. I have got my pajamas on. I'm looking rock and roll. Now when you go to, there's Ellie in the background. She's very tired. When you go to the Royal Variety performance, you're not allowed to film while you're actually in the Royal Albert Hall. It was so incredible, I can't tell you. It was like a dream of mine to be able to go to the Royal Albert Hall and go to the Royal Variety, and I kind of did two things in one. It was quite incredible. So what I thought I'd do before I forget, I want to go through who's in the show, and I'll do a bit of a review on them. Now I'm obviously not going to show them because the show's not actually on until Monday night in the UK, so you'll get to see my review before the show. That makes sense? So it's filmed today, which is Thursday, and then the show goes out next Monday, so you'll see the review on Sunday before the show. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm giving you a sneak peek or not of certain things, but maybe so. So we'll start off, you get this little book that you get a little book, which is so cute. And it is a book. It's literally like a massive book with a whole load of information about who's there and stuff like that. And it was the royal family, obviously, that were there. It was William and Kate, and they were sat so close to us. We had to stand up at the beginning and do the national anthem. It was sung by one of the Matildas from Matilda musical. Right at the very beginning, Alan Carr did like a little bit, hello everyone, are we all right? I just want to have a quick word before the show starts. And then the first ones on were Moulin Rouge, and it was so impressive. But I tell you what, I didn't recognise some of the songs, so I'm guessing they're using different songs from the film. I assumed it would be the ones from the film, but there was like Lady Marmalade, there were other songs that they kind of put in. But the dancing was incredible, the whole staging, it was really cool. So it's well worth going to see, I think, Moulin Rouge. I thought the sound was pretty good. We were having a nosy at the sound men later on. So
Yeah.
there was literally like 2 rows of sound people with all this different kit and staging and stuff, which was so cool. Got my running order here so I can remember what exactly happened. And we've got breakfast in the morning already booked, just so you know. Right, so yeah, Alan Carr was the presenter, and he was actually really good, because Alan Carr's kind of known for having a slightly annoying voice, but his jokes were really good, and he was very positive. It was very funny, it was very positive, and he was very welcoming of everybody. I thought he did a cracking job, if I'm honest.
And he was hilarious.
He was hilarious. There is a bit in the show where he wears like, it's a fake muscle suit. He's pretending to have all muscles. It's obviously just rubber.
And he walks out onto the stage like this. He goes...
And he was really good.
funny.
So hats off to Alan Carr. I thought he was brilliant. So then Sir Rod Stewart comes on.
The is what you needed to wait for.
Now, the song was really good. I'll give him that. The song's one more time. It's a good song. I quite like it. It's a bit of a bop. I get that. The 3 women are supposed to be like his ex-wives or something like that. I think that's the whole point of having them. It had a nice Irish Celtic kind of feel, which I like. But the singing wasn't all that. And I know it's Rod Stewart and everything, but he performed all right. But I don't know.
It's the cringe sort of feeling.
Judy Love was on. I didn't really get all of her jokes. I appreciated her. I thought she did a good job, but
I mean, it was funny.
It was funny, yeah.
But not to a point where it should.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the funniest comedian of the night was a guy that I'd never seen before. What's he called? Chris McCausland. A blind comedian. So good.
Oh yeah,
he literally was better than Josh Widdicombe, who was on, and also Judy Love. He was just brilliant. And Bill Bailey was on as well. We'll get to that in a minute. But I thought Judy Love was kind of the weaker of the comedians, really. Cirque du Soleil, that was fantastic.
Fabulous. It's always fabulous.
You know, as a kid, you do that like skipping thing. And you throw the skipping rope round and you have to kind of jump through. It was kind of like that. They did it with a girl. So this poor girl has been like a skipping rope. But it was very clever. And there was 2 guys at the back with snakes. Fake snakes, not real snakes. Not doing anything. I had no point. I don't understand why they were even there. Because they didn't do anything.
Well, it's like Anne-Marie's hair.
That was another thing. Yeah, because we're up to her next. So Anne-Marie was after Cirque du Soleil. And Anne-Marie actually sang really well. Although it did sound like there was tuning on the microphone. We picked it up near the end. There was like a bit like it sounded like there was more going on with the mic. So I don't know. You know, we can't see the close-ups when we're in the theatre. So can't tell if it was lip-synced or not. But there was definitely tuning on it. I thought the song was cracking though. I really enjoyed the song. And I just didn't get why she had a really, really long ponytail. Yeah.
I mean, it looked nice.
We had to wait ages as well. They brought up the steps. And then they brought all these lights out. And then... Steps. And then... and then she eventually gets up these steps. And then they have to wait and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of gaps, you see, in these sort of filming of these things.
It's just mental how, like, there's people who will actually... who come out just to carry her dress out.
So Anne-Marie was then, and then years and years after that, Ollie came out. And years and years isn't a years and years. There's no group, is there? Is it just me? Is it just Ollie? And he calls himself Years and Years, but there is no years. It's literally just Ollie Alexander.
I think so.
Because I've never ever seen a band, ever. So I think it's just Ollie and he calls it the Years and Years to make it sound like a band.
Fancy, yeah.
So anyway... song was pretty cool. The dancing and the whole routine was actually really slick, but there were some off notes. there were some off notes. So whether it gets fixed in post, this is so cool, isn't it? Because we've seen it before, it goes on TV. Whether they fix it in post, I don't know, but there were off notes. So, just so you know. Bill Bailey, not my type of humour, but it was funny. Then James Blunt. Now, James Blunt, his guitar didn't come through the system, so we had to wait. They took him off again to, I don't know, maybe check that it was coming through the system. And in the meantime, we got to watch Victoria Wood on a screen while they, like, fixed the sound. And then eventually, quite a while, wasn't it? It must have been a good 5 minutes. They bring him back out again and he performed, and he was really good. He does a little like skit thing with Alan Carr, and it's genuinely quite funny. Goodbye, my Alan. Goodbye, my friend. And it was really good. You've been the one for me. And that was actually really good. And his band was very slick. And I would say out of all the performers, as a band, they were probably the strongest so far. Then we had Keala Settle. This was one of my favourites. She did This Is Me. Oh my God. Then this big choir comes on as well. And there's drummers that come on. And she's genuinely just overcome, bless her, when she's trying to sing at the beginning. You can tell she's filling up. And there was a couple of ropey notes at the beginning, but once she got into it, it was so impressive.
It's like nerves, isn't it?
Yeah, it was so impressive. So well done to her. Then we had an interval. Ellie went for, I don't know, I think she went back into centre of London.
I went to
go and get a drink.
And it took me 25 minutes to get a drink and come back.
Seriously, she was gone for ages. I had to text her and go, oh, where are you? So then we got Act 2 and she was late. They'd already started to play the music for Matilda as she come in. So Matilda were first. And it was good, but it didn't really catch my attention as much as it normally would. They had it was like a 10-year celebration where they brought the first 4 Matildas back to perform with the current cast, which was quite sweet. That was quite nice. And Alan did exactly the same joke as the last time Matilda were on, they were 4 on. And it was Davy Williams. He was like, you can't get Matildas and 4 come at once type thing. And Alan said the same joke. And it's like, wow, did you watch the old Royal Variety? You know. Anyway. So then after Matilda, which was good, I do love the music. I have seen it live. It was phenomenal. Big fan. Josh Widdicombe was actually quite funny. His jokes were sort of surrounding kids, really. His kids, and they mentioned like the royal kids and stuff like that. The fact he'd been on Who Do You Think You Are and that. Then the Masudi brothers, oh my goodness. Oh.
Again.
We so wanted a close-up. My goodness. These guys, the muscles were just fantastic. They're like a kind of gymnastics. Not gymnastics, you wouldn't call it that, would you? They basically held each other up in different positions. We thought their legs were going to snap. We really did. There was a couple of moments where I went, snap, snap. And this woman beside me thought it was hilarious. And I think she'd probably had a few too many bevies at the break time because everything was hysterical. This poor woman to my left, she was just like loving the whole thing. She wouldn't stop laughing. Anyway, and then the dad come on. Dad comes on and they lift the dad as well. We need close-ups of that, so I can't wait for Monday's show to actually watch the close-ups of the muscles because it's just like, whoa. Chris McCausland, the blind comic, best comic of the night. Fantastic. Never heard of him before in my life. But he was so impressive. His jokes were so on point. And the blind ones were just really light-hearted way of making fun of himself, but without it being like a derogatory disability thing. And it was just generally really fab.
Without going too far.
Right, Elvis Costello. It was so bad. I'm sorry, Elvis Costello.
We love you, but
I know it was like a great thing that you always wanted to be on the Royal Variety and stuff because somebody had done it before and you'd never done it. And you have got Grammys and all the other things that you have, but it was completely out of time. So I'm hoping to God that they play the rehearsal or they tune it or lip sync or something for Monday night because it was awful. It was worse than awful. It was so out of tune. He was loving it. He had loads of energy, but the band, I think they'd all come at different times. Literally no one was at the same beat. It was excruciating. The cheer afterwards, I think, was cheer. They've actually stopped playing.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the cheer
Elvis.
was
I'm
actually
sorry.
in time.
Yeah. The songs sounded like they could have been good. But who really knows, because they were in such a weird mess. Jane McDonald! Now, she wasn't supposed to be on. She sang with Carly Powley, who's a soprano, and my goodness, I didn't expect it to be quite as gorgeous as it was. They do like a over the rainbow type medley. It's got obviously Over the Rainbow in it, but it also had Rainbow Connection from the Muppets in it, and their voices, although the opera lady Carla did oversing it a little bit.
Yeah, she was forcing like a vibrato and things.
She did force it a bit, and the timing, she was too long. She was holding stuff on that little bit too long, so I hope the rehearsal was better. Anyway, she was a wonderful singer, don't get me wrong. It's just that she was forcing it a bit. Yeah, she wasn't basically holding into the timing of the song. She was just wobbling it on a bit. But Jane was really good. Now, I know I'm from Wakefield, near Wakefield as well, and I would love to be the next Jane McDonald. Anybody listening, hi, I want to go on cruises. Please take me. Jane's retiring, you know, she's having some time off. So someone else needs to go and do all of these, you know, routes. So give it me, hello. She actually sang so beautifully. She didn't get a note off. She was way better than Elvis Costello and some of the others. She was actually brilliant, and she looked stunning. The dress she wore was just wonderful. So Jane, nice one. Then it was a really sad bit. Now this was the bit where we both started to bawl our eyes out. Every Royal Variety, if you've ever watched it, they will have the people that passed away that year, the people that we have lost, and oh my goodness, it was going through. I started to cry within the first sort of 3. And then when it hit Sarah Harding from Girls Aloud,
we both started pouring.
We just lost it. We'd gone. It was just like, I can't actually believe that these folks are not here anymore. And the comedian Sean Locke, and you know, when they all actually come on the screen, it just got us both. Because I've watched it at home. But when you're in that room and the energy of the whole room is there and they show it to everyone, we lost it. I literally was like, I need a tissue now.
You don't think Sarah Harding, of all people?
So many of them just didn't seem old enough to not be here anymore. It was awful. I hate that moment, you know, when there was, oh gosh, Barbara Windsor. So they mentioned Barbara Windsor and all these incredible people. That wonderful actress, the Peaky Blinders most recently, but she's been in Harry Potter, and it just killed us. It was like, I can't believe these people are actually gone. So yeah, that was a really, really sad moment, and it was the Sarah Harding thing that really struck it for both of us, and we just lost it. Yeah, Sarah Harding's fans, Girls Aloud. Girls Aloud will always be our favourite girl band ever. Just Little Mix are up there. Yes, but Girls Aloud, they're up at the top. Yeah, you can't get any bigger. So then we got 2 left. Gregory Porter,
Fabulous.
brilliant. His voice was awesome, the song was awesome, the whole band were very, very slick, and it was tough because they came on just after that sad moment, so we were all like crying our eyes out and we were lost. But it was about rising up, and I think was the song. It was called Rise Up or something like that. Wrong song. But it was brilliant. He was so impressive. And then he finished off with Ed Sheeran. I couldn't believe it that we were actually in the same room as Ed Sheeran. I thought we were going to die at that point, that we're like, look, that's Ed Sheeran, that's really Ed Sheeran there. That's it. And there's this massive build-up because it's 10 years since his A-Team came out. like this year. So there was this big build up, you know, like they're doing the X Factor and they build it up on the screen and everything, and it comes out. And then he sings this brand new single, which is going to be released from his album, Kings and Queens?
It's
Jokers and Queens.
Jokers and Queens.
Jokers and Queens. And it's a beautiful ballad. It's gonna be one of those thinking out loud type songs. One of those that people use. But then, gossip, right? We weren't allowed to film it. Are we supposed to say? I think we're allowed to say.
I mean, who's going to see it?
Who's going to see it? Okay, so, right. We think the show's over. No, show's not over. Ed Sheeran's going to do another song. Ed Sheeran has a Christmas song coming out with Elton John. It's not even like gone for distribution yet, apparently. So Ed tells everybody, do not film this, please, cross your heart and stuff like that. So we didn't film anything. We can't play anything for you. But it was a Christmas song by Elton and Ed Sheeran, which is going to be out this Christmas. And it was genuinely a really good Christmas song. I didn't quite understand why they put it at the end. I thought we were going to have Bad Habit or Shiver or something
that's known.
Yeah, but we just got the Jokers and Queens. Is it Jokers? Oh my God, that. And then this
Jokers and Queens, yeah.
Christmas song that the band were dressed in normal clothes and Christmas jumpers, which is a bit odd. But I don't think that's going in the show. So I don't really understand why they performed it. Why would you perform it if it's not going to go in the show? Because it's not been released yet. Don't make any sense, does it?
Nope.
Unless they're going to use the video footage of it for a promotion thing, or is vlogging, or I don't know. It just didn't make any sense why they were doing that. So the end was a bit dead, really. You kind of this massive build up, and we thought, whoa, Ed Sheeran, oh my God, this beautiful song, and then a random Christmas song that it's actually pretty good, but it wasn't the end. And then they brought everybody back on to like bow and stuff like that and say thanks for coming. We had them all on stage, which was really nice. Now we got to say, it comes over the tannoy, say goodbye to your Royal Highnesses, and they'd already gone. We're like, bye. Oh,
yeah, please stay
thanks.
seated.
Please stay seated while
the Royals to leave the box. And
Yeah.
we looked and they were already gone. We were like,
oh, bye Royals. So they'd already gone. And then
mind.
that was the end. So the end just seemed a bit flat. That was all for me. I thought, come on, let's have a Bad Habit, let's have a Shiver, let's have one of your like top ones. But it wasn't. Nah. And then we had a lovely time waiting outside the theatre. Got some random guy to take our pictures because we got our new clothes on. Well, I had, and Ellie had got a beautiful prom dress that she decided to wear again because it's really pretty.
well, I've only worn it once, I might as well get the use out of it.
Exactly. And I bought stuff for it, but ended up wearing what I bought from Camden Market today. So that was a slight change of plan. Some guy at Camden Market was like, you like this one, don't you? And you like this one, you know, like they do. So I ended up buying like loads of stuff. But I really loved it. It was like
Loads of stuff we spent 120
we spent quite a bit on. But yeah, this beautiful velvet kind of gothic, not gothic, more of a,
it's like a
sort of a gypsy boho kind of
Yeah.
look, tie-dye kind of look. Anyway, you'll see it in the pictures. And then yeah, we watched, believe it or not, we stood outside, we watched William and Kate come out, literally just close, really close to us, get into the car and drive off and do the goodbye. What? Why? Who decided this many years ago in the royal family? Who said, we're not going to do this, we're doing this? Yeah, so there's two of them gone, and they're gone. But they were very gracious. She looked stunning.
Yeah, she did.
She looked absolutely amazing.
Like an emerald green sort of colour.
Yeah, it was like an emerald green, sparkly number. And
Beautiful.
yeah, and then we went back to the tube station and made our way back here. But all in all, it was completely worth it. It was an amazing night. Just had a little bit of a dead ending. I just thought, you know, there'd be a big finish. The ending seemed a little flat.
But I'm pretty sure it'll be alright.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be wonderful when you guys watch it on Monday. And I don't know if we'll be in any of the footage because of where we were sat, but we're literally on the front row of one of the upper rings, on the front row. We had a really good seat, but you can kind of guess that because I've got a couple of bits of video footage that I'll whack in that you can look. But yeah, so what's next? Sleep and steps. So tomorrow we are going to have a wonderful breakfast. We might go back to Camden Market because Ellie, what did you see? Was it a bag or something? There's a bag she liked.
And a jumper.
And a jumper and other stuff, even though, you know, she needs to pay rent. But no.
Who needs rent?
Why would you need a house when there's Camden Market? The thing is, where it makes us sound really like...
Ask Amy Winehouse, she knows.
Yeah. She knows how awesome Camden Market is. But like where we live... There's not shops like there is at Camden Market, the tie-dye and the just wonderful, unique stuff. There isn't anything like that near us. There's a Corn Exchange in Leeds, but it's currently rubbish. There's just no, it's just not good. So yeah, that's why we probably spent so much money while we were there, and I may even spend more tomorrow.
We're only one shop as well. God help us tomorrow.
But yeah, we've had a fabulous day. We had a Chinese buffet when we were at Camden Market, which was very tasty. No duck. What's wrong with people? So good night. We'll carry on with our vlog tomorrow. You've had a good day, Ellie?
Oh, fabulous. Very
fabulous. Good. Fabulous. And thank you for having us, Royal Variety People. It was very, like, just the best experience ever. So good night. We'll see you in the morning. I'll show you what we have for breakfast. Goodbye, loves!